Joining us now is former police officer Brandon Tatum, CEO of the Tatum Report, and always wearing an awesome sweatshirt. Brandon, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me on, Ben.
Yeah, so let's talk about fatherhood. You have just become a recent father. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have a 10-year-old as well, so it's a huge gap in between starting over with a newborn. But fatherhood to me is incredibly important. You know, my father was in my life, and I wouldn't even be here sitting here, you know, on the show talking to you and having the influence that I have if it wasn't for my father being strong, being consistent, showing me how to be a man, showing me how to treat women. Those things are incredibly invaluable, and I thank God that I have the opportunity to have a strong father and to also be a strong father to two young boys.
That's right. You see this a lot. I think the lies and the rot and the cancer in our culture says that fatherhood is lame, that it's boring, incentivizing young men to do something other than be a father and to live sort of a silicon life, a life that is fake, that doesn't have any meaning. And that's leading to disastrous consequences. Also, our federal government is disincentivizing fatherhood in many situations, particularly given the welfare state. What do you have to say about how that affects the community of young men that you reach every single day? I know that millions of people tune in to what you have to say. Are you able to see a cultural change? Because the data indicates that fatherlessness leads to poverty, it leads to unhealthy children, it leads to violence, it leads to drug use, alcoholism. There isn't really a good result when you don't have a father in the household.
Yeah, Benny, I mean, there's a structure, and I believe God set the structure up. Is that in every household there should be a strong father. The father is the head of the household. The father is the leader. And in my personal opinion, this is where God gives the messaging. This is where God gives the strength, direction, and all comes through the father. So when you don't have a father at home, you start looking for other areas to retrieve that fatherly love, that fatherly direction. And in many cases, people are going to the government for the fatherly direction, and they're also going to gang members and other people that they look up to that may not be a good example of how to, you know, be a man in this world and how to lead a family.
Wow. You've obviously seen this firsthand as a police officer. You saw the Ma'Khia Bryant tragedy. I mean, it's just tragic when an American loses their life. And just straight up, this is what we want, a country where people are living and are happy. But you see this play out. She's a child of the foster care system. She did not have a father present. There's something in this video that you can't see, and that's a father figure. And it's very sad. This is indicative of a case after case after case in this country where children from broken homes are committing crimes and are living atrocious lives, much having to do with fatherlessness and the policies of the left that incentivize fatherlessness. What do you have to say to young men right now who could be watching this show and are deciding to make crucial decisions in their lives? Do I want to get married? Do I want to be a father? Do I want to be an upstanding man?
Well, I'll start with a question for them. Do you love this country? Do you love the freedoms that we have? Do you understand that it took strong men to build this empire that we have and that we call the United States of America today? If you understand those things and you do value this country, the country is dependent on you. There is no dependence on anybody else but men, in my personal opinion. Men need to step up. Then everybody else will follow. So you need to be the change that you want to see. You need to be the leadership that we need in this country. And if you're going to make a crucial decision, whether or not it's to be in a relationship or not, do it the right way. Do it the way that God has presented to us. Get married, have children, father those children, be there for them, support them, and also at the same time, be there for the mom. Support your wife. Be a good leader and an example, and we will see this world change in an incredible way, and it will change rapidly if we, do these things intentionally.
Gosh, more people need to hear that. That's so refreshing to hear. We have like 10 seconds left, Brandon. What's the best part about being a new father?
I guess leading a legacy. The beautiful thing about me looking at my ancestry and looking at my grandfather and my father, I mean, I have a proud name that I've retained, and I want to present that to the world. And I want my sons to be able to carry out a legacy of generations of strong Tatums that have come through and have made a difference in this world.
Yes. Men, don't you want that? That's what you want. Plus your name on a sweater. That's also what you would want. I mean, it's just awesome. Brandon, thank you as always for joining the show.